Well, I mean, what we're hoping for is exactly the same thing that we were hoping for when the BICI report came out, which is that the government will actually, for one of the first times, keep its promises about actually implementing reforms and changes. Unfortunately, we hoped for that when the BICI report came out, and none of it has happened. So let's see if that happens today.
Well, the king, from what I understand, is to officially approve 19 constitutional amendments which were backed by the parliament and the Shura Council. If he does this, will this mark a big step forward for you? Will this be enough?
Well, for me personally, as a human rights activist, as long as the human rights violations are still occurring on a daily basis in Bahrain, then superficial amendments to the constitution I don't think will make too much of a difference for people living inside of Bahrain. When you're getting tear gassed in your home on a nightly basis and you can't breathe and you have to put your children in the bathroom to protect them from the tear gas, a change to the constitution I don't think will mean too much to the people in Bahrain.
But some could see this as perhaps a step forward because many people say it takes a long time for democracy to be achieved.
No, I definitely agree. A changing or reform is a process, and the process takes time. But there are certain violations that don't take time to stop. For example, torturing people doesn't take time to stop. Holding people accountable, or at least starting the process of holding people accountable, does not take time. Telling police officers that if they tear gas people inside their homes, that they will be held accountable, again, does not take time. And these things should have been implemented months ago.
And then there is also the case of your father, Maryam Al Khawaja, who, along with 20 others, have been granted a retrial in a civil court. They are accused of plotting to overthrow the government in Bahrain. Is this a victory for you that they are being granted a new trial now? Is this good news or not for you?
Well, I don't think many people regard it as good news. First of all, it's not a retrial, it's an appeal, which makes a huge difference. And the second thing is that we're talking about a judiciary system in Bahrain which is not independent nor fair. And so the thought that it might have different outcomes is very, very slim. And the decisions for these courts are made by certain people in the royal family before the case even goes to court. And so we don't have much trust in a judiciary system that's not independent or fair. And the fact of the situation is political prisoners and prisoners of conscience, like my father and the approximately 700 other prisoners in prison today in Bahrain, are people who should be released immediately and sent to rehabilitation, not subjected to further trials despite being severely tortured.